Welcome to the Fiercely Visible CEO podcast. I'm your host, Steph Wharton. Join me as we dive into how to become a widely in-demand CEO that prioritizes balance between life and business, isn't afraid of making the scary decisions that get you results you actually care about, and unapologetically breaks the rules to build the business and life of your dreams. I'm coming in hot today with something that I'm assuming is going to be a little bit of, let's say, an unpopular opinion / something that I'm sure a lot of you might disagree with, but perhaps after listening to this episode, you might have a different perspective, which is what I'm hoping for, or at least an alternative to Instagram Reels. So that's a little bit of a tease towards my unpopular opinion. First of all, I do want to kick off with saying that Instagram Reels are a pretty wicked tool. Like, they can be really great for visibility, for new exposure, and for your business in general. But that is if you know how to utilize them properly, right? Because one of the things that I see happening a lot in the online space, and even with my own clients, is that they tend to put a lot of time and energy into Instagram Reels. And there can be a lot of tips and tricks, of course, with respect to them and how to best utilize them in order to get that traffic and get all those ridiculous views where you're just like, holy shit, I've gone viral, like I'm super famous, which in itself can be really freaking cool too if you're into getting that amount of like ridiculous exposure. But the problem is when folks are putting so much time and energy into the reels and they're not really seeing the kind of traction that they're hoping. And I'll say that for a little bit later, but essentially reels can be great if you know how to use them, if they feel good, if you're actually having fun, because there's obviously a lot of ways to create content for Instagram reels. However, a lot of the more popular ways to do so, a lot of people aren't really feeling called to do that, whether that means singing, dancing, pointing, doing crazy transitions. Although, disclaimer, you could literally just show up and just talk as if it was a regular story, right? So there are creative ways to utilize reels in a way that feels good, but a lot of people struggle with that. But in any case, other reasons why Instagram reels are great is they can get you a lot of traffic. Like, there's certain reels that will get you thousands, whether that's 4 figures, 5 figures, millions of views, which is really freaking cool because that's a way to get in front of people that could potentially be interested in your services. And through that, they can bring in those leads and that traffic into your paid containers, which in turn is going to make you more money, which ultimately, if you're running a business on Instagram, on social media, that would be the end goal in terms of building a profitable business. So now that I got that out of the way, you might even find me on Reels, right? Like, I'm not saying I'm not going to use them, and I'm definitely not trying to deter you from using them. But let's get to the juicy stuff, shall we? So, what I want to share with you today is why you may not want to go viral / why Instagram Reels may actually not necessarily be the most strategic way to get visible. So let's dive into that. 1, not necessarily wanting to go viral because it's not like you can get super intentional with who is going to see your content, right? So think about it. Even if your reel blows up and now you're getting, like, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 people, or even millions watching your content, are they all really your ideal target audience? Or are they just random people that may or may not own a business and just happen to have their Instagram algorithm working in a way that either the sound that you're using is popular, so now they're seeing it because of that, or they love dancing videos, so the algorithm keeps pushing dancing videos and you happen to dance in it, right? There could be so many reasons why they're being exposed to your content that actually have nothing to do with the services that you're offering and what you're trying to sell. So now you're having all these people, which in theory could be really freaking cool, you going viral. However, none of them are going to convert because none of them either own a business or need whatever offers you are hoping to sell. Reason number 2 is when you're going viral. Like, I have one of my clients who was telling me like their Instagram, one of their reels went viral, and it was okay, but to some extent it was really hard to handle because now they're being bombarded with millions slash hundreds of notifications every single day, whether it's people that are liking their reel, people that are commenting, new followers, which in theory could be really freaking cool. But again, none of these people are your ideal target audience. So all these followers, all these likes, they're just blowing up your phone. They're just creating noise and keeping you busy because now you have to like maintain that, respond to comments. Maybe you want to clean up your followers because who wants to be followed by accounts that have no interest in your content? So now you're making it so that you're extra busy cleaning up garbage, just noise and stuff that isn't serving your business. Reason number 3 is the fact that there could be a surge in demand that you're not ready to handle. So this is when Instagram Reels are actually working in your favor. However, now all these follows, all these comments, all these people that are inquiring about your offers, you're not prepared to handle all those DMs and all those applications. So if you are mentally prepared and you have a business structure, whether it's because you have a team or perhaps you're promoting passive offers so everything gets handled on the back end, if you have those systems ready and you're ready to go viral, that's friggin' epic. And that's amazing to have that surge in demand. However, if you're not prepared to go viral, again, now it's a lot of busy work, a lot of overwhelm having to handle all this new demand without having any additional support. And reason number 4, the last one, why you may not actually want to go viral, you may not actually be ready to go viral, is the fact that unfortunately on social media, as much as right now you may be surrounded by people that are extremely supportive, people that you would actually consider to be your friends, like your business besties, and you get along with each other, you talk maybe even on a day-to-day basis, or at least every couple weeks, and people that maybe would be super excited to invest in you or just at least excited to share what it is that you're creating because they truly want to cheer you on and they truly care about you as a human being. That's a situation right now. And unfortunately, social media is filled with a lot of people that, for whatever reasons, they like to troll. So whether it's jokes, hateful comments, whatever that might be, that come through as a byproduct of going viral and getting all that massive exposure, that could be something that you're not exactly emotionally ready to welcome in, so to speak, into your business, into social media. So just something to consider. Obviously, like I said earlier, this is not intended to deter you from creating reels, but perhaps to shift the perspective and shift the narrative that going viral isn't necessarily all it's cracked up to be. There are reasons why you might want to put your energy towards something else. And instead of trying to create new content, oh, that's another reason why not to necessarily want to spend your time and energy on Instagram Reels as a primary marketing tool, right? Like, you can definitely go ahead and use it. I use it. There's nothing wrong with it, like I said earlier, but perhaps you don't want it to be your primary marketing tool because what it does require is a lot of creativity. Just in terms of the fact that you have to create content on a continuous basis, right? So for a lot of people, it's enough to have to come up with posts for your feed, or it's enough having to come up with content for the stories or content for your blog post or any other marketing platform you have. And now with Reels, it's almost this quote unquote requirement to continuously come out with fresh and cool and innovative content, which can be a very time-consuming activity at the end of the day. So if it's not working for you, if it's not getting you in front of the right people, perhaps you're not even having fun with it, then why prioritize this tactic, this tool that isn't actually serving you? Instead, why not use it just to have fun, just when you're feeling inspired, and utilize a different strategy that's going to better help you when it comes to the bottom line and the goals that you're trying to reach? Anyway, I hope this is not coming off as like a, hey, I'm bashing Instagram Reels. I realize I can get really passionate about things, and there are very serious and legitimate reasons not to focus on that. But that's not to say that it's also amazing and it gets to be a lot of fun. And I have friends that have gone viral and that their business have completely blown up because of Instagram Reels. So this is hopefully just a different perspective to help shed some light and help you make a decision that makes sense for you. That way you're not jumping on the Instagram Reels bandwagon because you feel that that's the only way to be successful quickly, or because you just feel that that's what everybody that's successful right now is doing. But instead you're deciding to quote unquote hop on the bandwagon because you want to, because you think it's fun, because you are seeing success through it. Those are all better reasons to be hopping on that tactic than just because other people are doing it. But in any case, just to kind of like wrap up my little rant, my little whatever you want to call it. This is why I actually love visibility in terms of partnering up with people and doing things outside of social media, because there are so many other creative ways to get seen. There's so many other creative ways that actually allow you to get seen in front of the right people, as opposed to just random people on social media that might run into your content, right? And you can still go viral if you want through these other visibility opportunities, but at least you're going viral in the right spaces so that you're being exposed to people that care about your content, that are actually curious about what you have to say, that they want to learn from you, and hopefully they are more inclined to wanting to invest in your offers. That's the end of my rant. Let me know what you thought, because obviously I am open to different perspectives. I'm open to hearing your own experience with Instagram Reels, regardless of whether you love it or hate it, or it's a love-hate relationship. And don't give me shit when you see my next reel, because I'm sure I'm going to create one soon. All right. Talk to you later. That's it for this week's episode of the Fiercely Visible CEO podcast. Be sure to sign up to our email list at stephwharton.com and subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss our next episode.